Limbus Company has been around for only around a month, but we have gotten a lot of updates since release. So far, as of making this video, we have received 4 new identities, 1 ego, 2 game modes, and a bunch of gameplay adjustments. Although the important things are pretty intuitive, the game doesn't really go into detail on the things that you can do. So before the arrival of the next update, here's part 1 of things you probably didn't know in Limbus Company. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the company profile. Now, most people are probably already familiar with this one, but just in case there are still people out there who aren't or are new to the game, the company profile essentially allows you to set support units for your friends to use. If you want to use your friends' support units for yourself, you can do that during the team selection screen. Untick the Add a Team button, choose a character that you want, click the support tab, then simply choose which support identity you want for your team. Keep in mind that you can only bring along 1 support unit at any given run. You can bring a support unit in every game mode except for the Mirror Dungeon. An often overlooked feature in this game is this affinity table, probably because not everyone knows what it stands for. The left number indicates the number of skill coins of that affinity in the team, and the right number indicates the sum of the affinity requirements for all ego skills. For example, here we can see that Heathcliff has a Wrath ratio of 3/3, Lust ratio of 0/4, a Gluttony count of 2, and Envy ratio of 1/5. This is because Rabbit Heathcliff has a Wrath skill that has 3 coins, a Gluttony skill that has 2 coins, and an Envy skill which has 1 coin. 321 in the number of skill coins corresponds to 321 in the affinity table. As for the right numbers, they indicate the ego requirements. Heathcliff's Body Sack ego skill requires 2 Lust and 2 Envy to activate, while his Telepole ego skill requires 3 Wrath, 2 Lust, and 3 Envy. Add all of these together and you can get an affinity requirement of 3 Wrath, 4 Lust, and 5 Envy. For most battles, I don't really use this much because the individual skills and damage are enough that I don't even bother with egos. But just in case there comes a time when we're all forced to use ego skills, now you know. Another one that you may have easily overlooked are consumables. If you haven't rummaged around your inventory, which you can access by clicking the inventory button from the window menu, there's a good chance that you didn't know that you can use certain consumables to gain additional resources. Now, if you're new to the game, then you may not have been aware that you can level up your identities. Leveling up costs identity training tickets. There are also level boost tickets, but I suggest you use them for units that are level 1. You can also use ego shards to uptie your identities, which upgrades their skills, unlocks a new skill, or unlocks a passive. You only have to uptie an identity twice to reach max tier. Keep in mind that 3-star identities are more expensive to uptie than 2-star identities. But aside from levels and identity tiers, did you know that you can also upgrade your ego skills? Similar to uptying identities, you can upgrade ego skills by doing a thread spin. Similar to identities, you only have to thread spin egos twice to reach max tier. A little info about the extraction system. The extraction system works in a way so that you'll never get duplicates for your ego skills, but compared to other gacha games, Limbus Company also doesn't have a pity mechanic. Rather, it is replaced with the exchange shop or the dispense menu. Lastly, if you're one of those people that actually spend money on this game, do note that normal extractions can consume your paid lunacy. So if you're confused that you suddenly can't afford your daily pulse, even though you could have sworn that you had more paid lunacy, then this is why. That's it for today's video. Don't be shy to leave a like or dislike, subscribe to get notified when part 2 drops, where I'll be covering some combat mechanics that you may have missed, as well as some tips and tricks against certain bosses. Be sure to leave a comment if I missed anything or if you have some tips and tricks of your own. I'd really love to hear from you guys. Alright, see ya.